Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Eye Opener Society. And it's spring, or at least on this day of recording, it's spring, and there's a whole bunch of new changes in the air. And I've been trying to get a lot of stuff because I got so many ideas for this podcast, and I'm trying to get them all, done at once. But we're trying to become more of a society where we're going to have multiple people on here as far as co-hosting and all. But I do want to let you know this episode right now and continuing on from here, I want to welcome back somebody who I know everybody misses, the true co host of this show, the one and only Hannah.
Hey everyone.
I want to thank you so much again for listening, but I do want to thank Hannah so much for, being able to do this. I know it's going to be a little difficult getting, we're not under the same roof anymore. So it's a little bit more difficult to get episodes recorded and all that. So I'm just happy to have you back on the show.
I'm
And
excited.
yeah, and we're going to start off slow and we're going to, try and build things up because, I know you've been back for a couple episodes, but this is going to be more permanent and hopefully we could get our rhythm going again.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of shorts on YouTube. So I usually read a quote, give my little inspiration about it. And I think I'm going to continue on with this with you just to give us some ideas because we kind of thrown this together without any topic or anything like that. So this is the one. And it really applies, I think, to you and I for sure. Be the type of person who can face a breakup, lose their job, deal with debt, and still say, fuck it, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've been pretty much doing that. We might have not hit every check mark on that box, but we're damn near close to it. And a lot of what I've been saying to everybody, it's just like things have gotten so bad, but at some point, you got to say fuck it and continue on and move on with life. And you're going to be struggling for sure.
Yeah. I think with me, it's like I am going through so much since October in my life. Start off, the main reason, for my break from the podcast is I am getting divorced. So it's been a whole journey with that in my life. I live alone now. Well, I have my son too, of course, but so I've been going through that. And it's just been the most like challenging thing for, anyone to go through. And I don't want to get too much into detail about it right now. But I think, to go with the quote, it's just like as far as you still say fuck it and I'll figure it out. It's for me, it took me a long time to get there. And I'm not saying like, oh, fuck it, like fuck the situation or whatever. It's just like I have to have that perspective, because otherwise I just find myself drowning in my thoughts. And so at some point in my time, I was just like, you know what? Like, this is my life now. I can't dwell on it. I just have to, like, I sometimes have to, like, laugh and I have to just be like, fuck it. Like, it's just another day. I'm going to figure it out. Like, get by the day. Just take it by day. Because if I don't and I'm overwhelming myself, then I'm in like a blank slate of like just I can't even describe it. And that's what I've been going through for the past couple months. But yeah.
I mean, it's life altering.
Yeah.
This isn't just like, hey, I ran into some bad luck, couple bad things that happened, but we are literally talking about life altering major changes, not just small ones. Your entire life
Yeah.
changes
Yeah.
from one moment to the next. You're in a whole nother situation, a whole nother world that you're just not used to. And getting over that or overcoming that becomes a challenge. It really does. What it does to you mentally, physically, even, it
Yeah.
can destroy most people. But if you muster up enough strength to say, listen, these changes are for the better, and I'm going to move on and I'm going to go day by day, and hopefully I get through each and every day, you will. I've seen it go from bad to worse to better. You know,
Yeah. And I think that's how I like am at this like moment in my life is just like I'm in an okay spot right now. But for a while there, it was just like I felt so defeated. And like every day it was like a struggle waking up and it was like, what do I do now? How am I gonna do this? But I knew that, like, I always had that thing in the back of my head. Like, I knew I was going to figure it out. Fuck it. I'm going to figure it out. Like that. It was literally, that's what kind of kept me going was you're going to figure it out. And it's kind of made me reflect just from like October to now that going through what I am going through in my life, it has affected me mentally. It has affected me physically. It has affected financially. Everything in my life is just completely different and struggling still. I have good days, I have bad days, but I think the most important thing for me is just like at the end of the day, I know that the better is coming. So it's okay to have a bad day. And I think from then, like I said, from then to now, I've come a long way as like now things happen. And I'm like, you know what? I would have overreacted about that like a month ago, but now I'm just like, I'll figure it out. Like that, it goes on. What am I going to do? I'm going to sit and cry about it. No, I'll cry about it because I'm pissed off, and then I'm going to do my shit because I need to get it done. And that's like a really, I know it sounds silly, but like sometimes you have to kick yourself in the ass and say that. Like, all right, you're going to cry about it. Cool. Fucking cry about it, but then get your shit done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to bring out from that, like a message from that quote is cool, process it, but then take a step back and be like, okay, it's not even that, not that serious. I don't want to say that, but life goes on. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to figure it out. Trust me.
Yep.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Because mine was very chaotic.
Right. And I know we discussed the last time you did a podcast with me that we as a family have gone through the same things. I mean, we
Yeah.
all, it came in different forms, but yeah, we mentally, physically, financially, everything changed. Scenery changed, places changed. The way we live our lives now changed, and it changed so rapidly. But yeah, I went through the struggle too because I was just, everything was going on so quickly. But now that I'm here and now that I'm at this point now and spring is starting, my whole mentality changed,
Mhm.
and I even woke up this morning and I said, looking back, going all the way back a few months, like in October, I said, wow, that's gone. It's gone, and then
Yeah.
even looking at a couple, just even like last month with, your mom's car accident, and that's gone. It's done. It's final. And I said, wow, yeah, this is exactly what we're doing. We're moving ahead. Things work themselves out. You have to put in some effort. That's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of work involved, not just physical work, but mental work to get yourself prepared for this kind of stuff. But life goes on. You continue and you start to realize nothing is permanent, everything is temporary, and you'll soon figure it out.
I agree. Um, because that's all like I know it sounds so cliche and I hate when people say this to me, but it will get better and life does go on. And the trick is just like you just have to train your mind. It's just like I said, you process it, but you really have to train your mind. Just say like it life goes on and it'll figure itself out, like you said, like it was a car accident a month ago and we were all like, oh my God, like, what are we going to do? What is this doing? And we did the shit. I had to come and get my mom so she could watch my son. And, we had to go and find a new car. And, you have to figure out everything with the insurance and stuff. But hey, it's done and now it's in the past and we moved on from it. Life does go on. And it's important to remember, like, in those heightened situations, to take that step back and be like, okay, it feels bad right now. But in a month from now, I might just like shrug at it, like, oh, okay, like, and I hate to say it, but like that's just how I find how life works,
Hmm.
and I sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes I trip back and I'm like sobbing the whole day. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I having this worst day? But it's okay because situations are traumatic and you hold on to trauma. And, as time goes on in your life, your trauma lessens and, you work through that trauma. Oh, excuse me. But we go on.
We
So,
do. We do. And look at where we are. You're back on the show. Um, I feel so Great having you back. I do. And I know the audience does too, as well. I
I know
know a
y'all
lot of
miss
people are
me.
waiting. Yeah, everybody misses you. Eventually there's things you could talk about, come in the future. But right now, I just want to focus on keeping us together as far as the podcast goes. A little bit shorter episodes right now, get you back into the swing of things. But this feels so comfortable to me right
Yeah.
now. It really does. This is just like the old days. Yeah, we're not in the old studio, but we're here, man,
Yeah.
and we're moving forward. And that's what I am happy about. Uh, I've got some other things planned. Like I'm going to start doing a small series depending on availability. Going to Mind's Eye Metaphysical and doing podcasts from Jen's shop.
Oh yeah.
Uh, this way she could promote some stuff that she has going on and getting a little bit more background with the shop. I'm looking forward to that. I am also going to, and I know I spoke to both of them, Ann Lund and Sunset Child. I want to make a trip up to New York, bring some recording equipment, and the three of us get together to where I could hike with Ann Lund, have her take me on some of her explorations, and then I want to sit underneath the nighttime sky with Sunset Child to see what she sees. And I'm looking forward to something
Oh
like
yeah.
that. So, I've already met Elaine from Arcane Oracle, and there's just so many plans now. I know I was going to try and cut back on some episodes, but I think now we're moving forward and we're going to get
Yeah.
things going. So I want everybody to keep tuning in. Things are going to keep evolving, and we look forward to having everybody listen. So don't forget, find us on eyeopenersociety.podbean.com. Follow us on Facebook under Eye Opener Society. And don't forget also check us out on YouTube, because on YouTube, not only do I have the video versions of most podcasts, but I also have I do solo shorts too as well, just little inspirational things. Same way Hannah and I just did it, where we get an inspirational quote and talk about it, and that's what I've been doing on there. So check us out all across any platforms. And again, eyeopenersociety.podbean.com. Like us, follow us, do all that fun stuff for us. We appreciate it so much, and Hannah and I will be seeing you soon.
See ya.